Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In today's session, let's see about the date picker calendar in Python programming language. So using Tkinter GUI application, let's see how we can select a date with the help of a date picker calendar. So when does it come in handy? It comes handy when we want to do some booking for booking purposes. So whenever we want to book for a lodge or book a flight, we need to select the dates. So in such scenarios, it comes in handy. So we can select the date of arrival, the date of departure when we are booking the flight tickets, and also when booking the lodges, we can select the check-in date and the checkout dates. So in such scenarios, it comes in handy. And also we can select the date of birth. So when we have a calendar and we can navigate through the various years, then we can select our date of birth, date of joining the company. So in such scenarios, the date picker calendar comes in handy. So in today's session, let's see how we can do the coding for the date picker calendar. Firstly, I'm importing Tkinter import star. For this, for the date picker calendar, we have to install a library called tk calendar. This we can do with the help of pip install tk calendar. So after installing, we can use the statement from tk calendar import calendar. So initially we have to install the tk calendar library. So after installing it, we are importing calendar from tk calendar. And now let me have my main window and call it as tk. Tk is my main window. I've assigned it to win. Now let me give a geometry, win.geometry. Let me give it as 400 pixels by 400 pixels. Win.title. Let me give it as date picker calendar. So this is the title of my window. And now to select a date, first let me have my button widget. First let me have my calendar widget, that is date picker calendar. So let me define it. So cal equal to calendar. This calendar we have it in tk calendar. So with the help of calendar function, I'll place it on my main window. Select mode equal to day. I'm selecting a day. So select mode is day. And I'm giving a default date, that is year equal to 2023, 2022. Let me say month equal to 2, date equal to 1. So this is my default date, that is year 2022, month is February, date is 1. And now let me pack it on to my screen. And now let me pack it onto my screen by saying cal.pack pad y equal to 20. From above, I'm coming down by 20 pixels. So pad y, I'm coming down from the top by 20 pixels. And below my calendar, so this is my calendar, which is nothing but a date picker calendar. And below my calendar, let me have my button widget. Let me call it as button1 equal to button. Place it on the main window. text for this button is equal to choose date and command equal to obtain date. So this is basically a function which is called as obtain date. Now let me pack it onto the screen by saying button1.pack. Now let me have my label widget. Label1 equal to label. Place it on my main window. Text for this initially I'll make it as blank. Background color I'll make it as yellow. And foreground color let it be black. And let me pack it onto the screen. Label1.pack. Pad y equal to 20. Then I'm having my main event loop. So friends, what I want my code to do is I'm initially giving a default date on the calendar, and I can select any, and a date picker calendar will appear. When I use calendar, a date picker calendar will appear, and I'll select a particular date in the calendar, and then I'll click on the choose date button widget. So I'll click on the button basically. So when I click on the button, whatever date I've selected on the calendar should be displayed on the label widget. Initially it will be having blank. So when I select a date and click on the button widget, my text on the label widget should have the date. So whenever I click the button, that is, it calls the function obtain date. So now let me write the code for obtain date. Def obtain underscore date, and let me say label1 dot config. I'm changing the parameter of the label widget. I'm making the text equal to date chosen is cal dot get underscore date. So friends, when I'm selecting a date on the calendar and clicking on the button widget, it will call the function obtain date. Obtain date. In the obtain date, I'm updating the text to date chosen is cal. So cal is nothing but calendar, and it gets the date which the user has chosen. So basically whatever date I'm selecting on the calendar will be displayed on the label widget. So now let me run the code. So this is the date picker calendar which has appeared. I've packed it initially, so the date picker calendar will come first. Then I'm having my button, that is choose date. Then I'm having my label which is yellow color. So this is the label which is yellow in color. Now, and what happens is I've chosen the year as 2022, so it comes as 2022. Month is 2, so it by default comes as February. So now when I choose 2, that is February 2nd 2022, when I choose this particular date and click on the button, in the label I get the details are displayed which tells date chosen is 2/2/2022. So whatever date user selects, so if I select 23 February, choose date, it is February 23rd 2022. So I can navigate to the other months or the other years. So if I say March 2023 2nd, and let me say choose date, so March 2nd, 2023. So whatever date user selects, it will be displayed on the label widget. And now these are nothing but these are the week numbers. So this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it is the week numbers. So if we don't want these week numbers, we can set show week numbers equal to false. And these are the dates 27, 28 are the dates of February. So the previous month's dates are appearing in March. So if we don't want those dates, we can say show other month days equal to false. So now if we don't want the week days, week numbers, and we don't want the other month days, then we can do a little bit change over here. We can say show week numbers equal to false. We can set it as false, and we can say show other month days equal to false. So when we give show week numbers is false and show other month days is equal to false, those details will not appear. So the week numbers and the other month days are not appearing. Only that particular month days will appear, and the week numbers also will not appear. So this is one particular thing which we have to remember. And one more scenario is when we want to give a range of dates which the user can select, then we can give it as min date and max date. For this, we have to import a library called from date time import date time. And now let me remove the default date and let me say min date equal to date time 2021, 2, 1 and max date equal to date time 2021, 12, 30. So when I give this min date and max date, the date will be enabled from February 2021, 1st of February 2021 to 30th of December 2021. All other dates will be disabled. So now when I run my code, I have to give a comma over here. Now when I run the code, I get my date calendar. Date picker calendar will be displayed. And it will have a max date as 2021 12th December 30th. So 31st we cannot select because it's not enabled, because our max date is only till December 30th. So December 30th is the max date and the min date is February 1st. So I can go till February. I can go till February. January will not be displayed because it is out of range. So minimum it's from February 1st to maximum it is December 30th. So user can select a date only between these two particular date ranges. So he cannot select before February and after December. That is after December 30th he cannot select any date as such. So this is how we can give minimum and maximum date so that user can select between the minimum date and the maximum date. And now another last thing which I wanted to tell you is, now let me comment out this button, and with the help of bind function, with the help of an event generated, we can use the bind function and call the obtain date function. So for this, let me have it before. And let me call my bind my event. So I've commented the button, and now let me say cal dot bind. The event which gets triggered when the date gets selected is the calendar selected. So when this event gets triggered, it calls obtain date function, obtain underscore date function. So in this, it changes the text to date chosen is cal dot get date. So now when I run the code, let me close this window. Let me run this code. So now when I select, okay, I have to give event over here because it's an event function. So now when we run the code, let me close this. Let me run my code. I get my calendar. I'll select 9, and automatically I don't need a button to click. As soon as I made a selection, the label gets updated with the text. Date chosen is 12th December 9th 2021. If I select any other date, it is December 24 2021. So with the help of a date, with the help of a button, we can get the we can call the function, or we can also call with the help of the bind function. We can pass the event and we can call the function so that this particular function gets executed. Hope so friends, it was clear for you how with the help of date picker calendar we can choose a particular date. So the first one was with a default date. I could make a selection of a date, and when I click the button, it displayed it on the label. The second one was show week numbers as false, show other month days as false. So these details were not shown on the calendar. The third one was minimum date and maximum date. So user can select within that particular range. And the fourth one was I could comment out the button widget, and I can directly bind it to the event, that is calendar selected event, so that the function gets called and the details will be updated on the label widget. Hope so friends, it was clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button, and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.